Imagine for a moment. Everything we know about our past is just a small fraction of humanity's entire history. What if many important chapters of this history were deliberately forgotten or distorted? Picture entire realms of knowledge that could change our understanding of the world, yet they remain hidden from us. Today, we're embarking on a journey through the mysteries that continue to raise questions and challenge established historical theories. Don't go anywhere, because what you're about to learn could completely transform your perception of the past. Before we dive into this fascinating investigation, make sure to subscribe to the channel. 99% of our viewers watch our videos without subscribing, which means you could miss out on more intriguing stories like this one. Hit the like button if you enjoy these topics, and let's uncover the secrets of the past that still remain unsolved. Picture the history of humanity as a massive puzzle. We piece it together from fragments found in excavations, ancient manuscripts, and artifacts. But what if some pieces of this puzzle were lost or intentionally hidden? This could explain why certain aspects of history seem incomplete or even contradictory. For instance, artifacts that don't fit into conventional chronological frameworks raise questions about whether our understanding of the past is truly complete. One such example is the out-of-place artifacts, objects that appear to have been made using technologies unavailable to ancient civilizations. Take, for example, the aluminum wedge of Aiud, discovered in Romania in 1968. This wedge was found alongside mastodon bones, dating back more than 10,000 years. Yet the wedge itself is made of aluminum, a material only discovered in the 19th century. This discovery challenges our understanding of ancient technology and begs the question, how could ancient civilizations have had such knowledge? Ancient maps can also tell us more than we think. Consider the Peary Race map, created in 1513. This map accurately depicts Antarctica thousands of years before it was officially discovered and explored. What's more, the map shows Antarctica without its ice cover. This suggests that ancient civilizations may have had not only cartographic skills, but also more accurate knowledge of our planet than we can imagine. There are other mysterious artifacts that raise questions about the technologies of ancient peoples. In South America, for instance, massive stone blocks weighing several hundred tons each have been found. These blocks are perfectly fitted together, without gaps or signs of cement use. Even with modern machinery, such work would be extremely difficult. How did ancient builders achieve such a level of craftsmanship? Did they possess technologies that we still do not understand? In ancient India, traces of incredible knowledge can also be found. Sanskrit texts, such as the Vimana Shastra, describe flying machines, vimanas, that, according to the descriptions, could travel not only through the air but also through space. These texts may sound like science fiction, but they give us an idea that ancient civilizations might have had knowledge far ahead of their time. Another astonishing example is the monoliths of Baalbek in Lebanon. These giant stone slabs, weighing up to 800 tons, were used in the construction of an ancient temple. There are theories that such blocks would be impossible to move even with modern technology. So how did ancient builders manage to do it? But it's not just artifacts that raise questions. Ancient legends and myths often tell of lost civilizations possessing knowledge that remains a mystery to us. One such legend is the story of Atlantis, a lost civilization described by Plato. According to Plato, Atlantis was a highly advanced civilization with knowledge and technologies far beyond anything known at the time. Atlantis vanished due to a cataclysm, taking its secrets with it. Could it be that this knowledge survived and was passed on to other civilizations? Even in later times, there are hints of lost knowledge. Medieval alchemists, for instance, claimed they could transform lead into gold and create the elixir of eternal youth. While modern scientists dismiss these claims, many philosophers believe that alchemy was less about physical science and more about a spiritual path leading to an understanding of the hidden laws of the universe. What if some of this knowledge was lost or concealed? It's possible that ancient peoples understood the connection between the physical world and the spiritual realm better than we do. Perhaps they used their knowledge to achieve harmony with nature and the environment, allowing them to create such impressive and enduring structures. A prime example is ancient Mesopotamia, where traces of sophisticated irrigation and canal systems have been found, allowing the control of water resources over large areas. These systems were so effective that they enabled civilizations to thrive despite harsh climatic conditions. Ancient Chinese technologies are also astonishing in their scale and complexity. The Great Wall of China, built to protect against nomadic invasions, is just one example. The wall was constructed with the landscape and weather conditions in mind, making it virtually impregnable. Additionally, the ancient Chinese developed complex systems for producing silk, porcelain, and paper, making their civilization one of the most advanced in the world. Even in West Africa, in the Kingdom of Benin, there were technologies that amazed the Europeans who arrived there in the 15th century. Metallurgy in Benin had reached such a level that local blacksmiths created stunning works of art and everyday tools from bronze and iron. Some of these technologies still cannot be reproduced with the same precision. Ancient civilizations also had knowledge of health and medicine that was ahead of their time. In Egypt, for instance, surgeons were already performing complex procedures such as trepanation of the skull. They also knew about the healing properties of various plants and minerals, which allowed them to create medicines and ointments effective in treating wounds and diseases. In Peru, ancient civilizations used plants from the Amazon forests to create medicines that are still considered powerful remedies today. The Aztecs in Mexico knew about the mood-lifting properties of chocolate and used it in rituals and medicine. This knowledge about the properties of plants and nature was not just the result of experiments, but was deeply rooted in the philosophy and worldview of ancient peoples. Even in Europe, where the influence of the Roman Empire was felt for centuries, many technologies were lost. After the fall of Rome, a period known as the Dark Ages began, during which many of the achievements of antiquity were forgotten. Only through the efforts of monasteries and Arab scholars were some of this knowledge preserved and passed on to future generations. But how could this knowledge have been lost? The answer may lie in destructive wars, regime changes, religious conflicts, and natural disasters. Every time one civilization replaced another, some of the knowledge was lost. On the other hand, it's also possible that some knowledge was deliberately hidden, perhaps to keep it out of the hands of the unworthy. We can only speculate about the secrets and technologies lost with the disappearance of great civilizations. But one thing is certain: many of them were far more advanced than we usually think. This knowledge may be hidden in ancient texts, legends, and artifacts, waiting to be discovered. So, what can we learn from this? Perhaps it's time to reconsider our attitude toward ancient peoples. They were not primitive savages, as is sometimes portrayed in history textbooks. On the contrary, they possessed remarkable knowledge that, in many ways, surpassed their time. This knowledge could help us solve many modern problems if only we could decipher and apply it. Remember the words of ancient philosophers who claimed that wisdom is not in knowing, but in asking the right questions. And now, more than ever, it's important to ask ourselves, what else do we not know about our past? What secrets do ancient texts, artifacts, and myths hide? Perhaps the answers to these questions will help us not only understand the past, but also build a future based on the wisdom of our ancestors. And finally, let's not forget that history is not just a collection of facts. It's a living tapestry, woven from countless threads that intertwine, creating a complex and beautiful pattern. Each of us is a part of this history, and we have the opportunity to continue it by uncovering new truths and reviving forgotten knowledge. Therefore, I urge you to think about the fact that every object, every artifact, every legend may contain hidden meanings waiting to be discovered. Perhaps you will be the one to uncover the next mystery of our past. The world is full of enigmas, and one of them might be solved tomorrow. And so our journey through the mysteries of ancient civilizations comes to an end. I hope this video has inspired you to think differently about our past and to be curious about the knowledge that may have been lost. If you enjoyed this exploration, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and leave a comment with your thoughts or any mysteries you'd like us to explore next. Your support helps us continue bringing these intriguing stories to light.